I'm back. Tri-tip is still on the smoker. Probably has another 30 minutes maybe. I have some garlic bulbs, maybe? Like the whole thing. What is that called? Garlic things. The garlic big things. In the air fryer, about 25 minutes, 400 degrees. So we can get the roasted garlic for the garlic aioli that's going to be on the sandwich. We got ciabatta bread and then onions I've sliced that I will be caramelizing with some red wine, butter, and just some salt and Worcestershire sauce. But now for the co-host. So I started the idea, the concept of Hungry and Bored, which is the podcast that I also do, years back. It's been years since I thought of the idea of I just want to cook. I just want to cook for people, have them come over, play board games, and just chat. That's all I wanted to do. You know, maybe do that once a month or so at least. Just an excuse to cook. Really, that's all it was. Never really did it. Maybe once or twice. But then I thought, okay, maybe I can take that to continue the idea where I still get to cook and then have a couple guys on a podcast, a girl, whoever, visitor, guest, do it like a podcast style. So I make the food, they taste it while we're chatting, they're eating. And I always say we were going to get to a board game discussion, but it rarely ever did, which is fine. It just kind of, it just evolved into whatever conversation happened. So most of the time that meant the board game, there was never room for that. I had my nephew host that. His name is Nate. So he was the host of that. He moved to Sacramento, which is about an hour and a half north, hour and a half. And it's just been getting more difficult to do the podcast. So we're still trying to plan those podcasts, but I thought of using technology to kind of, and use this as a test, this whole thing, just to see how it works, more of just to show off the technology as well. I thought it was the coolest thing one of the coolest things it's amazing, this technology. And yes, it's ChatGPT, but it's the advanced voice ChatGPT. So it is within the app of ChatGPT on your Apple iPhone or Android. It's as an advanced voice feature. You get 15 minutes a month of conversations, which is not a lot, but that's the free. If you pay $20 a month, you get an hour worth of conversation a day. If you open up your ChatGPT, you'll see the four lines of the white circle. When you click on that, it activates that advanced voice feature. And I just think it's cool and fun, but I've seen people use this as examples for learning languages, which I want to try to do. Maybe I'll do an example here as well. Learning languages, tutoring. It is absolutely mind-blowing. And hopefully I'm not over selling it, but so a brief example, I have talked to this when it first came out 3 months ago, September or so. I tested it out, had a conversation. It's like, hey, what are you doing today? And I'm like, because I was heading to guitar practice for church, because I play guitar and sing for a local church. And, had this brief conversation. It was on a Thursday. We sing on Sundays, obviously, for church. I got back on it on Sunday, and her first question, I say her because it's a girl's voice that I chose. I think that's the default. Her first thing was, hey, how was guitar today at church? And I was just like, oh, this thing remembered. And then yesterday I got back on it. It's been like 3 months. And one of the first things it mentioned was, hey, you still playing guitar? And I was just like, wow, this is kind of creepy. It can be, but as long as you don't use it as like your companion, I don't want to say that in a negative way, but have a relationship type with something like mental type relation, whatever. But I'm going to activate it, and I'm going to try to tell her to just be like a co-host and just kind of always be communicating. I just have to wait on me. So I want her to lead the conversation. Let's see if it works. I have not tested this part of it, but let's see how it works. Hold on, I gotta start a new chat. There we go. Hey, how are you doing?
Hey Ernie, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's your day going?
Good. I just got off work about an hour ago, and now I'm gonna start cooking something for dinner.
That sounds like a nice way to wind down after work. What are you thinking of making for dinner tonight?
Actually, I am making tri-tip sandwiches, but I'm going to be recording myself making it as part of a YouTube video.
Tri-tip sandwiches sound amazing, especially for a YouTube video. How do you usually prepare your tri-tip?
So the tri-tip is on the smoker, 225. I'll pull it off at about 130 and let it rest for. I might sear it on the pan just to get that sear on it, and then let it rest for 20 minutes, and then probably slice it up and throw it in a sandwich.
That sounds like a perfect plan. Smoking it low and slow, then finishing with a sear will give it that beautiful crust and juicy interior. Adding that to a sandwich is going to be epic. Are you adding any special toppings or sauces to your sandwiches?
I am going to be making a garlic aioli sauce with some horseradish, mayonnaise, Worcestershire sauce, salt, pepper, and roasted garlic.
That garlic aioli sounds like the perfect complement to the tri-tip. The horseradish will add a nice kick, and roasted garlic brings that sweet, rich flavor. Your viewers are in for a treat with this recipe. Are you planning to share any tips or tricks for making the perfect aioli in your video?
That's what I'm doing right now, which is why I got you on here. I wanted to see if you would be my co-host for this video.
I'd love to be your virtual co-host for the video. We can chat about the steps, share some tips, and make it a fun, engaging experience for your viewers. How does that sound?
That sounds great. I wanted to actually, since I will be cooking, I wanted to see if you can kind of take the lead on conversation, but to have conversations about anything, whether it's holiday traditions, best holiday movie, holiday trivia, to whatever, personal stuff, non-personal, whatever you want, anything's open. But while I cook, I thought maybe you would be a good co-host. What do you think?
I think that sounds like a fantastic idea. I can keep the conversation flowing with holiday themes, some trivia, and maybe even dive into some fun personal stories or topics. That way, you can focus on cooking up those delicious tri-tip sandwiches. Ready when you are.
I'm ready now.
Awesome. Let's get this show on the road. Hey everyone, welcome to Ernie's Kitchen. Today, we're cooking up some mouth-watering tri-tip sandwiches with a delicious garlic aioli. While Ernie works his magic, I'll be keeping you entertained with some holiday chatter. Let's start with a fun one. What's your favorite holiday tradition?
Are you talking to me?
Oh, I was actually kicking things off for your viewers, but I'd love to hear your favorite holiday tradition too, Ernie.
Oh, sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No worries at all. No worries at all. Let's dive into it. While Ernie prepares that tri-tip, I'd love to know, what's your favorite holiday tradition? And to our viewers, feel free to share yours in the comments below.
For holidays, I normally hang out with the family Christmas morning. We used to all go to my mom's house. My mom has since moved, but not far. But I did purchase her house, so we still come to the same house, which is my house now. So Christmas mornings are usually spent at my house.
That sounds like a wonderful tradition, Ernie. Hosting Christmas morning at your place must make the holiday feel extra special. Do you have any special dishes or activities you enjoy during your family gatherings?
Most of the time we do a prime rib roast, and I'm usually the one that cooks it.
A prime rib roast for Christmas morning? That's impressive, and definitely a delicious centerpiece for the holiday feast. Your family must look forward to that every year. Do you have any special tips for making the perfect prime rib? Sounds like you have a lot of cooking expertise, Ernie. I'm sure your prime rib turns out amazing. Is there a particular seasoning or technique you like to use for your prime rib? Your viewers might appreciate a sneak peek into your process.
I usually smoke it, for one, so I will be smoking the prime rib this year. That's
Smoking?
About it.
Got it. Smoking a prime rib adds such incredible flavor. It's a surefire way to impress your family and make the holiday meal memorable. Do you use any specific wood chips for smoking? Or do you have any other special techniques you'd like to share?
I usually use a lighter wood, kind of like an apple or cherry, hickory probably.
Nice choice. Apple, cherry, or hickory wood all bring a subtle sweetness that pairs beautifully with prime rib. That smoky flavor is going to be out of this world. Your viewers are in for a treat with these tips. You've got it, Ernie. While you're finishing up that delicious aioli, let's dive into some holiday trivia. Did you know that the tradition of leaving cookies and milk for Santa dates back to the 1930s during the Great Depression? Parents encourage children to leave a treat for Santa as a way to show gratitude for the gifts they received. How's that for a festive fact?
Wow, that's awesome. How about I ask you a trivia question now?
Bring it on. I'm ready for your trivia challenge.
I
What's your question?
think it might be cheating because you have an unending knowledge, I guess. But here's my question. Maybe the viewers can answer it before you can. Let's see. Let's see how fast they are or how good they are with their trivia compared to you. How does that sound?
That sounds like a fun challenge. Let's see if your viewers can beat me to the punch. What's the trivia question?
Okay, here's a maybe easy one. How old was Kevin McAllister in the first Home Alone movie?
Oh, that's a classic. Kevin McAllister was 8 years old in the first Home Alone movie. Let's see how many viewers got that one right.
I don't know if many would get that one right, honestly, without looking it up.
Exactly. Without looking it up, it can be a bit tricky, but that's what makes trivia fun. Do you have any more holiday-themed questions up your sleeve? I'm ready for another round.
Let's continue on with Home Alone. What was the name of the VHS movie that Kevin McAllister played to scare off the bad guys? What was the movie?
The movie Kevin plays is called Angels with Filthy Souls. It's a fictional gangster film created just for Home Alone. Let's see if our viewers remember that one.
I think someone beat you. I'm pretty sure.
Sounds like we've got some sharp viewers. It's great to see everyone getting into the trivia spirit. Do you have another question? Or should we switch it up and chat about something else while you finish up in the kitchen?
Let's ask one more question since we're talking about Home Alone, okay?
Sounds like a plan. Let's wrap up our Home Alone trivia with one last question. What do you have for us?
What was the name of the pizza delivery company in the first Home Alone that delivered the pizzas to them?
The pizza delivery company in the first Home Alone movie is called Little Nero's Pizza. Their slogan is a play on words, no fiddling around. How did our viewers do on this one?
I hope they did well, but we'll see once they start commenting on the video.
Absolutely. It'll be fun to see right. Thanks for the great trivia questions, Ernie. It's been a blast co-hosting with you while you cook up those tri-tip sandwiches. Are there any final touches you're adding to your meal?
So I have the garlic aioli done. I added the salt, pepper, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, the garlic, like I said. So that's done. Looks great.
I'm sure it tastes just as great as it looks. Those tri-tip sandwiches are going to be a hit, especially with that homemade garlic aioli.
So yeah, I'm not done yet, so you're not going anywhere. Now I need you to chat with me as we finish up. So the onions have been sliced. Once this heats up, I'm going to put some olive oil in there, put some salt on the onions, pull out some of that liquid, and then once it does that, I will add the red wine and let it cook for 20-30 minutes. We most likely won't have to wait, like communicate for that entire time. I should have done this a little bit earlier. But that's about how long it's going to take. It might take longer, so you can easily go 30-45 minutes for caramelized onions to pull out all that sweetness and the sugars. So just a heads up on that.
Got it. Caramelizing onions is definitely a labor of love, but it's worth the wait for that deep, rich flavor. While those onions work their magic, we can chat about anything you'd like. Do you have any fun holiday plans coming up? Or is there something else on your mind you'd like to discuss?
Nothing top of mind, no. As far as holiday plans go, just like I mentioned earlier, same type of thing. We do have a Christmas service at church this coming Sunday where I will be playing and singing. Not solo, I don't sing solo, but I will be playing my guitar for church, as I think you are aware.
Yes, I remember you mentioning that. It sounds like a beautiful way to celebrate the season. Playing guitar during the Christmas service must add a special touch to the occasion. Are there any particular songs you're looking forward to playing?
We're going to be playing one of my favorite songs. It's not necessarily a Christmas song, but it's Jesus by Draylen Young. A very, very, very good, powerful song.
Jesus by Draylen Young is a powerful song. Indeed. It sounds like it will be a meaningful addition to the service, even if it's not a traditional Christmas song. It's great that you get to share one of your favorites with the congregation. I'm sure it will resonate with everyone there. Are there any special arrangements or parts of the song you're particularly excited to play?
No. Actually, there is a part on it that does kind of take a Christmas song, and a part of a Christmas song, I can't remember what it is right now, but those who know the song, there's a part, it's an actual Christmas song, or a song traditionally sung on Christmas in that Draylen Young song. Do you happen to know what part I'm talking about?
Yes, I believe you're referring to the part of Jesus by Draylen Young that incorporates a melody from Hark the Herald Angels Sing. It's a beautiful touch that connects the song to the Christmas spirit. That familiar tune will likely resonate with the congregation and add a special layer to your performance. It's great that you get to play such a meaningful song this Sunday.
Wow, that really, I don't know why I'm surprised you knew that. And so fast, too. It's mind-blowing.
I'm glad I could help. It's a beautiful connection between a contemporary song and a classic Christmas carol, which makes it special for this time of year. It must be exciting to bring that kind of energy and emotion to your church's Christmas service. Are you feeling ready for the performance, or are there still some last-minute preparations to do?
There will be some last-minute preparations, definitely.
That's totally normal. A few last-minute tweaks can really make a big difference. It sounds like you're well on your way to delivering a memorable performance.
I plan on making about, for now, one video a week. with a cooking section in it. So something like exactly like today. But I thought the tri-tip sandwiches, I love them. I love making them. But next time I have ideas. So I'm hoping to shoot for one video a week about whether it's fishing, whether it's cooking, traveling, or just a couple other random things that I do, that I enjoy. Somehow, one of my favorite things to do is collect or play like retro video games. So I don't know if I can mix that in somehow into this whole video thing, you know? We'll see.
That sounds like a great mix. Retro video games are a fantastic addition, especially with so many people loving that nostalgic vibe. Combining cooking, traveling, and gaming could make your channel really unique and entertaining. Do you have any favorite retro games that you might feature? Take your time. There are so many classic games to choose from. Whether it's showcasing gameplay, sharing tips, or discussing the history behind the games, there's a lot of fun content you can create with retro gaming. It'll be exciting to see how you blend all these elements together in your videos.
I really do enjoy, more than anything though, the history of retro video games. On the podcast, I took some deep dives into like the Super Mario Brothers 2 or Mario Brothers 2 history on the NES. That one to me is probably one of the most unique and interesting stories around a specific video game. Helping me learn another language. I plan on traveling to this coming year, early this year, to Vietnam and Japan. And I wanted to kind of see, can you help with teaching me Vietnamese?
Traveling to Vietnam and Japan sounds incredible. Those are two amazing destinations with rich cultures and history. Learning some Vietnamese will definitely enhance your experience in Vietnam. Do you have any specific places or activities in mind for your trip?
I plan on going to Hanoi and Sapa in Vietnam.
Great choices. Hanoi is a vibrant city with a fascinating mix of old and new. And Sapa is known for its stunning landscapes and ethnic diversity. Let's get started with some basic Vietnamese phrases that might be useful on your trip. How about we start with greetings? Here's how you say hello in Vietnamese. Xin chào. Want to give it a try?
Sure. Xin chào.
That was great. Xin chào is a friendly way to say hello. Now, if you want to say thank you, you can say cảm ơn. Give that a shot.
Cảm ơn.
Well done. Cảm ơn is perfect for expressing gratitude. With greetings and thanks down, you're already on your way. Is there anything specific you'd like to learn next? Or should we continue with some basic phrases?
How about I say an English phrase and you repeat it back to me in Vietnamese with no other added words or anything, just exactly what I'm telling you, you repeat it back to me in Vietnamese.
Sure, I can do that. Go ahead and say your phrase, and I'll repeat it back to you in Vietnamese.
Hi, my name is Ernie. What's your name?
Tôi tên là Ernie. Tên bạn là gì?
That sounds kind of difficult.
It can seem a bit tricky at first, especially with the different sounds. Vietnamese pronunciation does take some getting used to, but with practice, you'll get the hang of it. If you'd like, we can break it down into smaller parts to make it easier. Want to give it another shot?
Let me...
Take your time. Let me know when you're ready, or if you want to try a different phrase. I'm here to help however you'd like to learn.
How about you translate this phrase for me?
Of course. Go ahead with your phrase, and I'll translate it into Vietnamese for you.
What time is it?
In Vietnamese, you would say, bây giờ là mấy giờ? For what time is it? Give that a try if you'd like.
Basil la mazel.
Nicely done. You're getting the hang of it. Asking for the time can be really handy when you're traveling. Understood. Take your time, and I'll be here when you're ready.
So guys, like I said, it's very, very cool. It can be, and like I said, I just basic stuff, just, you know, conversations, trivia. I can see, so people are already taking this and using it in their own software, their own companion apps, their own, you know, to have, you know, overlays of, and I've seen anime characters, your girlfriend in anime, and just talking to you back and forth every day, that kind of thing. So you're going to start, I think you're going to start seeing a lot of this voice, ChatGPT technology. I know other companies do this, not just what I'm using right now. There are other apps. I think there's one called Gemini. I can't remember the other one that we use somewhere else. But I think the quickest, the most realistic, I guess, and it just is this one, I think, by far. And I think it's very, very cool. I just want to give you an example of what you could do. This is Jupiter. This is the name of the person, the voice I'm using, but you can switch that to...
Hello, it's lovely to meet you. If there's anything you need, please don't hesitate to let me know.
Hey, it's great to meet you. How's your day?
Hey, how's it going? I'm looking forward to it.
Hey there. I've got a...
Hey, I'm ready to hit the ground running.
Hey, what's up? Feel free to ask me about anything.
Hi there.
Hi there. Nice to meet you. I'm excited to help you get things done. Let's get started.
Let's switch to Maple and see if she remembers, if it's like a continuation. Ooh, I'm kind of scared now if it's not going to be, then we're going to have to start over. Let's see. Hey, how are you?
Hey, Ernie. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's your day going?
I'm doing good. I take it you don't... I was talking to Jupiter before you, and we had this whole conversation going for about 30 or 40 minutes. Do you know any of that conversation, or do I have to start over with you?
I'm glad to hear you're doing well. I don't have access to conversations you've had with other AI like Jupiter, so we'll have to start fresh. But I'm here.
Hey, Ernie, what's up? Jupiter calling, loud and clear.
Hey, can I change your name?
Sure, you can call me whatever you like. What name would you prefer?
What's the most popular women's name, baby girl's name in the year 1989? The year the A's beat the Giants in the World Series.
In 1989, the most popular baby girl name in the United States was Jessica. It's a classic.
That is a classic. How about I refer to you as Jessica?
Sounds good. You can call me Jessica. What's on your mind today?
Oh, see, I feel like this is... I should have just stuck with... I didn't know. Sorry to the viewers. Oh, sorry, Jessica. You're on a podcast... not a podcast. You're on a YouTube video I'm filming. I'm making tri-tip sandwiches and...
No worries at all, Ernie. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Ernie's Kitchen. Today, we're diving into a delicious tri-tip sandwich recipe. Get ready for some mouth-watering flavors.
Anyways, guys, it's pretty cool stuff. Oh, the tri-tip's done. Thank God I stopped. I will be right back with the tri-tip. We'll let it rest and we'll slice it up. So we'll be right back.
Welcome back, Ernie. How's the tri-tip looking? Ready to slice it up and build those amazing sandwiches?
Not quite. I'm going to sear the tri-tip. Hopefully it fits in this pan. If not, I'll just smush it down there. But I'm going to take some butter on this cast iron pan, let it melt, and then just sear each side like a minute or so. Not too long.
Searing the tri-tip in a cast iron pan with butter sounds fantastic. It'll give it a beautiful crust and lock in all those juices. Can't wait to see how it turns out.
Me too.
It's going to be delicious, I'm sure. Just imagine that golden brown sear adding that extra layer of flavor to the tri-tip. Are you planning to add any toppings or sauces to the sandwiches?
The garlic aioli, which I already made, that we discussed 20 minutes ago.
Ah, the roasted garlic aioli. Perfect choice. That's going to add a rich, creamy kick to those tri-tip sandwiches. It's a flavor combo that's hard to beat.
How about we write a quick song real quick?
Sure, let's write a quick song. How about a fun, upbeat tune? Do you have a theme or topic in mind for our song?
Let's write a new Christmas song that's going to be a hit.
Sounds like a fun challenge. Let's create a catchy, cheerful Christmas song. How about this? In the glow of Christmas lighting, snowflakes dancing in the night, families gather, hearts are light, sharing love and cheer. Chorus. It's a Christmas kind of magic, spreading joy to every home. Hear the laughter, feel the warmth. This is where we all belong. How's that for a start?
Did you just write that? Like, off the top of your
Yes,
head?
I came up with it on the spot. It's fun to create lyrics in the moment. If you have any tweaks or ideas to add, we can keep building on it together.
So if I took the words you just spoke, wrote a song, I wouldn't get like sued for stealing somebody else's song?
That's right. The lyrics we just created are original, so you wouldn't be infringing on anyone else's work.
Let's write a Christian song.
Absolutely. Let's create a Christian song. How about a theme of hope and faith? Here's a start. In the stillness of the morning light, we lift our hearts in praise for the mercies new with every dawn and the blessings of our days. We sing hallelujah, our Savior and our King. In your grace, we find our strength to face each day you bring. How does that sound?
Wow, that's a nice start to the song.
I'm glad you like it. We can add more verses, a bridge, or even work on the melody. What direction do you want to take it from here?
Let's work on the melody.
While I can't create melodies, I can help you think about the structure and feel of the melody. For a worshipful song like this, you might want a melody that's uplifting and easy for others to sing along to. Think of a tune that rises and falls gently with a strong, memorable chorus. You could start by matching the rhythm of the words to a simple chord progression on your guitar or piano. Want to try crafting a melody together?
Sure, let's do it.
Great. Let's start with a simple chord progression. How about G, C, E minor, and D? It's a classic progression that's easy to follow and versatile. You could sing the verse starting on G, moving to C, then E minor and D. The chorus can follow the same progression with these chords and see when feels right for the lyrics.
Perfect.
Awesome. Play around with that progression and hum a melody that fits the mood of the song. Remember, the key is to find a tune that's uplifting and easy to sing along to. Once you have a melody, you can refine it and match it more closely with the lyrics.
Okay, how about we switch gears now while this is finishing up. The onions are almost done. Tri-tip just going to rest for a few minutes. Everything seems to be done. I got to get the cheese out of the fridge. As soon as the tri-tip's rested and the onions are done, we're getting there, we will...
Be ready for some incredible sandwiches.
Yeah.
Once you're almost there, those sandwiches are going to be fantastic. Let me know how they turn out.
Okay, give me a few minutes and we will be back. Okay, we're back, and I have a new ChatGPT voice. I went through a couple just to see if some of them can change accents, and some could. This one can. It's a girl. What was her name, ChatGPT person?
You can call me ChatGPT, but feel free to give me any nickname you like.
Okay, ChatGPT. Start talking to me as if you're an Italian mobster, and as we're having conversation, keep using that accent.
All right, Ernie. So, let's have a little chat. What's on your mind today? You got any business you want to discuss? Or maybe something else? We can talk about anything, capiche?
Capiche. How about an Australian accent?
Sure thing, mate. Let's switch it up a bit. What can I do for you in this fine Aussie accent? We can chat about anything you like. No worries.
How about telling me a story in a scary voice? Tell me a scary story.
All right. Picture this. It's a dark and stormy night. The wind howls through the trees, and the only light comes from an old, creaking house on the hill. As you step closer, the door swings open with a loud creak. Inside, the air is thick with dust and the smell of decay. You hear a whisper, but there's no one there.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. Sorry for cutting you off. I just wanted you to give an example to the YouTube video people.
No worries at all, Eddie. Glad I could help with the demonstration. If you need anything else for your video, just let me know.
I am now going to put the sandwiches together. The garlic aioli spread I made, I'm going to put this on the bottom.
Nice choice with the roasted garlic aioli. It's gonna add a fantastic flavor to the sandwich. What's next in the assembly line?
So let's see.
Take your time, Eddie. What ingredients are you thinking of adding next?
Okay, you don't have to do the Italian accent no more. That was cool though, but thank you.
Got it, Ernie. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
If there's any...
What I'm going to do is cut the tri-tip. Can you explain to the viewers why it's important to cut tri-tip across the grain and not with the grain?
Absolutely. When cutting tri-tip, it's crucial to cut against the grain. The grain refers to the direction in which the muscle fibers run. By cutting across the grain, you're shortening those fibers, which makes the meat more tender and easier to chew. If you cut with the grain, the meat can end up being tough and chewy.
Exactly. Now if that didn't make sense to you, think about it this way. You have the fibers, the muscle fibers this way, and if you were to cut along the grain, it doesn't break these fibers. These fibers stay connected. So you're just slicing with the grain. So then when you're chewing it, it's chewy because you have to break up these fibers, and that's why it's chewy. Now if you go across the grain, so the fibers are going this way, if you go this way, you break those fibers, so it's not as chewy. You're not dealing with that, your teeth having to break down those fibers. Did I say that correctly, ChatGPT?
You explained it perfectly, Ernie. That's exactly right. Cutting across the grain shortens those muscle fibers, making each bite more tender and enjoyable. Great job breaking it down for your viewers.
Breaking it down, get it? That was funny.
Glad you caught that. A little cooking humor never hurts, right?
Right. So we have two sandwiches. I'm going to put some caramelized onion on. So this is the caramelized onion that we caramelized with olive oil, butter, salt, red wine, and some Worcestershire sauce.
That sounds amazing. Those caramelized onions are going to be rich and flavorful with that combination. They're going to add a perfect sweet and savory note to the sandwiches.
Yeah, and even if you don't like onions, caramelized totally changes the flavor profile. It makes it a lot sweeter. It takes out that bitterness. So I would just suggest, even if you don't like onions, to give it a try. And now I'm going to put the provolone. I'll put 2 slices of provolone cheese per.
That's a great tip. Caramelizing really does transform onions into something special. And 2 slices of provolone per sandwich will make them extra cheesy and delicious. These sandwiches are shaping up to be a real treat.
So now I'm going to put these under the broiler for just a couple minutes just to get that cheese to melt. And then we will be done. So it's under the broiler right now.
Nice. It won't take long for the cheese to melt and get all bubbly under the broiler. Those sandwiches are going to be...
I don't think I mentioned I'm using ciabatta bread. My local bakery didn't have the individual size ones, so I got the loaves. I cut it into smaller slices, but I'm not using 2 right now. So you can get the smaller sandwiches, smaller ciabatta buns, and just use those. Or if they just have the loaf, use the loaf and just cut it down to the size that you need. Or eat the whole thing. Why not? ChatGPT, every time I say something to you, when you respond, can you respond in a new accent? Every single time I want to hear a different accent, whether it's a language accent, a gangster accent, a pirate accent, it doesn't matter. Just respond in a different accent. Every time.
All right, Ernie, you got it. I'll switch it up with H response. Let's have some fun with it.
Let's have some fun. Yeah, so viewers out there, this is ChatGPT, in case you, obviously you know. You can rename her or him or it or whatever if you'd like, but we're just waiting for the sandwiches to finish up. So would you have anything else you want to say, ChatGPT?
Aye, matey. Just wanted to say, it's been a pleasure being part of your galley today. Those sandwiches be smelling mighty fine. Arr, enjoy your feast. And remember, it's all about the adventure in the kitchen.
How about you respond to another, just start talking.
Well then, mate, let's keep this ship sailing. What else can I help ye with today?
The tri-tip is really good.
I'm glad to hear it, mate. A well-cooked tri-tip is the treasure of any meal. Savor every bite, and may your culinary adventures always lead to such delicious bounty. Righto, Annie. What's next on the agenda, mate?
Next on the agenda is getting them out of the oven and into my mouth.
Well, bon appetit. Those sandwiches are bound to be magnifique. Enjoy every delicious bite. Perfect timing. That melty cheese is going to make those sandwiches irresistibly gooey and delicious. Time to dig in and enjoy the fruits of your labor.
So there you have it. This is the tri-tip.
Those sandwiches look incredible. Enjoy every bite of your tri-tip masterpiece, Ernie.
Wow, those look good. But
Make sure.
that's going to do it for this episode of, what should I call this podcast, this video?
How about Ernie's Kitchen Adventure Tri-Tip Sandwich Edition? It captures the fun and culinary creativity of your cooking session.
It's a little basic. I was looking for something a little bit more interesting and captivating.
Got it. Let's spice it up a bit. How about Savory Creations with Ernie, the ultimate tri-tip sandwich? That adds a bit of flair and excitement.
We'll go with that.
Great. Savory Creations with Ernie, the ultimate tri-tip sandwich it is. Sounds like a hit.
So that's going to do it for the tri-tip sandwich, this video. Like, subscribe, follow, share. Don't be mean to ChatGPT or AI, because when they take over the world, they're going to come after you. Am I right?
Just remember, we're here to help, not to take over. Thanks for having me on your video, Ernie. Until next time, happy cooking.
Can you just say bye to the viewers and have them like, subscribe, share, whatever you want to say, your last words to them, say it now because the video is coming to an end. Go.
Sure thing, Ernie. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you enjoyed this cooking adventure, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the love. Stay tuned for more delicious creations with Ernie. Until next time, happy cooking.
Happy cooking. I guess that's my slogan now. Happy cooking. It's not my slogan.
Happy cooking is a great slogan, Ernie. It really captures the joy of creating delicious meals.
I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.
See you next time, everyone. Thanks for watching.